We are not going to shame them. We are going to arrest them. Yes.
How many pipes are leaking government revenue to private pockets? Do your work as members of parliament. Let us call them out. Let us take the war to them.
If you're the president, you know those who are stealing. Why don't you arrest them? Why do you come to tell us? What do I have to do with it? You are the president. You are saying you want to fight corruption. And you know those who are stealing. What are you waiting?
Hello, welcome to another episode of the Dairy Mic Drop, where we deliver everything trending in the politics realm and nation in general. Just recently, President William Ruto issued a stern warning to MPs, accusing them of turning the legislative chambers into hubs of corruption. He referenced a case in which senators allegedly pocketed about 150 million shillings to shield certain governors from impeachment proceedings. President Ruto attended the joint caucus and wasted no time addressing the elephant in the room. The president specifically pointed fingers at the Senate, alleging governors under threat of impeachment were being extorted. Now members of parliament have come out all guns blazing, demanding that President William Ruto appear before them to substantiate his claims that legislators have been soliciting bribes from individuals summoned to parliament. The lawmakers insist that Speakers Moses Wetangula and Amason Kingi must formally call the president to testify, warning that failure to do so could trigger impeachment motions against the two. The storm intensified when Ruto alleged that a parliamentary committee demanded 10 million Kenyan shillings from State House in exchange for supporting a bill targeting money laundering. National Assembly members have strongly denied the charge and thrown their support behind the Senate's push for the president to be summoned. One MP suggested that, should Ruto decline, the Committee on Powers and Privileges summon either him or the head of public service instead. Others defended the integrity of the institution, arguing that it was unjust to condemn the entire House when it consists of both seasoned legislators and fresh entrants alike. Here is what they had to say.
The reality is that there is a problem. And we all know here, tukitaka tu kusema ukweli, there is a problem. Are destroying the credibility of parliament. And they are collecting money in the name of parliament. The latest Uhuru in the Senate. Where does somebody find 150 million? Where? Is that his money? That is money that belongs to the county.
It must be that they want to salvage their political aspirations at the expense of the members. They must have realized that many members perhaps are unpopular, and so they want to throw them under the bus.
If it is corruption everywhere, and it must be fought in that manner. But if you want to make it sectional, Mr. Speaker, then you lose the war on corruption.
For the president to come and explain who are those people who are demanding bribes? Who are those people who are given bribes? Because you cannot try parliament in a kangaroo court.
An opportunity this afternoon, Waswahili wanasema muue mkala, lakini haki yake mpe.
Let me ask you, members of parliament who are seated here. Do you, for example, know that a few members of your committee collected 10 million shillings so that you could pass that law on anti-money laundering? Did you get the money?
If you know these people, do not be mourning and crying like every other common person. As a consumer of raw intelligence and as a person who can direct the DCI to carry out investigations, please, Kenyans want action. We have had enough talk.
I thought you were saying people should reduce lobby. But you know, the people who are lobbying are from outside parliament. They are not inside. They come here, they hover around the corridors of parliament. It's an internationally accepted standard of parliamentary work. This other one you have talked about is alien to us. I have never seen that one.
But lobbying is a different thing from extortion. From extortion.
We should defend the institution and call out the hypocrites who are pointing fingers at parliament, and yet we know they are the originators of corruption in this country.
My suggestion, Mr. Speaker, authorize the Powers and Privileges Committee to summon the president, or if not the president, then the head of public service.
As the minority leader, Mr. Speaker, we will defend Parliament to death. We will defend Parliament to the last breath, Mr. Speaker.
We have men and women, as Honorable Junetta has said, who have been elected by the people to come and represent them and oversight government on behalf of the people. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, when we oversight the executive and the judiciary, because we have that singular role as enshrined in this constitution, we don't do it as a favor to anybody. Not to the president, not as a favor to those serving in the executive. We do it on behalf of the people. Therefore, I want first to encourage members that nothing and nobody should instill fear in you in doing your work as members of parliament. Because you are duly elected by the people of Kenya to exercise oversight even over the executive, even the office of the president, and even the president himself. That is why this house has powers under this constitution to impeach those in the executive, and those in the executive can do nothing to remove you from this house. Absolutely nothing. It is not fair to condemn the house in its entirety, Honorable Speaker. We have young members like Honorable Njeri, Honorable Joseph, who just joined this house the other day, Honorable Speaker. We have older members like the Honorable Kenyan, the father of the house, who has been here for a long time, and yourself, Honorable Speaker. When this house is condemned, you are condemned. There are people who have suffered. I am among those people who have suffered immensely from this condemnation. I saw yesterday when figures of 150 million shillings were mentioned that relate to the Senate. There are people who went on social media to say, oh, that is the 150 million Ichungwah used to purchase I don't know what where. But I have invested an investment I have made, Honorable Speaker, from money I have borrowed from our own parliamentary circle and my other circle in Muhasibu. Fortunately, Honorable Speaker, when they banded those stories, thinking they are maligning me, the share price of NHIF has risen by 2 shillings.